Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Earthen's Den. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about comparison. Now, I know we may have went over this or brushed it swiftly in one of the episodes prior, but I just kind of want to let people know because I think that something that I'm noticing in regards to comparison, and I know we speak so negatively about social media, but I also think it has its upsides. Now, I want to share the upsides before I get into kind of overcoming comparison and ridding ourselves from the spirit of comparison. So, you guys, you have to understand that when it comes to social media, yes, it is a dopamine release. It's convenient. It's right there in our faces. It's one of those things to where whenever we're feeling lonely, which I think that many people struggle with in today's society because connections are more so superficial and those are the things that are praised, right? We see the memes and a lot of women are talking about being in a space where they want to be around like quote unquote boss women and all of these things, not really looking to build an authentic connection based on value, morals, some just like common core beliefs and things like that. Like those things are out of the window, right? So I think that now more than ever, there is a longing in our souls to have a deep connection with someone and meet somebody who's real and authentic. But I think that that is something that is very rare. And so what happens is we get off work or we may be feeling lonely. We may be feeling isolated and detached. And we go to social media and we kind of can tap into the lives of other people, right? Whether they're hanging out with their friends or they just got a new raise or a new promotion, they got that new Benz truck, whatever the case may be, it actually feels good to sit in that space. And so it's like when we're there and we're in that space, we actually feel like we're connected to people, right? We feel like we're connected. That need for connection is actually met. We feel like we know these people. We may watch all of their posts, all of their content. We may study their lives. And so it actually gives us a sense of relief and it kind of gives us a sense of hope, especially if you are in a situation where you may be struggling with, what you may deem as complacency, or you may feel as though you're struggling with just overall dissatisfaction in your own life, right? You feel like maybe the things that you want to do aren't possible, right? So you go online and you do see, that black couple, and you do see, so it's like you get a taste of things that may seem to be out of your reach or something that you may deem to be out of your reach. And so I think that's why a lot of people actually get online and they actually use social media. I don't think that it's one of those things to where a lot of people want to be controlled by the bots and the algorithms. And, yes, it can be addicting, but I think that that's the underlying reason why people actually go to social media and we flock to it and we enjoy it so much, right? So one of the things I noticed when it comes to comparison, I just got to the space where I literally can just like not do it. Now, I've never really compared myself to people, but I think that coming up, just wanting to do certain things and trying to find my way, doing many different things, but not, really mastering one particular thing. And I'm not really sure if I ever will because I'm somebody who's multi-talented. But I realized like when I'm in that space of comparison, how what a disadvantage it is for me. And I had to get on here and share that with you guys. Like when it comes to social media or whatever you may see online, you got to understand that when you compare yourself to people, it is such a disadvantage to yourself. And I know that sounds like some just simple utterance, right? But you guys, literally, when it comes to people's lives, you don't know what people went through. You don't know how far they've come. And like I said, too, it was important for me to share my story in such a way because I didn't want that, even though I can't control whether people, compare themselves or are envious. You know what I mean? Like you can't control things of that nature, but it's important for me to share the journey because I think that a lot of times people really sit in a space and they see the fruits of your labor and they see the glow, or they see you in a relationship and you're happy and you're thriving, but they didn't realize that you had to kiss a lot of toes to get that prince, honey. It was a process, and so I think a lot of times, we don't have those conversations, and I think a lot of people are uncomfortable in those conversations. And I also think that kind of tailors back to, the old adage of just like not telling your business and not sharing certain things. So a lot of people don't really feel comfortable sharing their stories. And I also think too, it's much more comfortable to kind of be in a space where you're not as vulnerable with a lot of people. You know what I mean? So I think that just kind of piggybacks off of truth. But if you guys are looking for that type of content, please be sure to subscribe to my new subscription service. It's ad free. It's super, super awesome. And I'm going to be connecting with you guys on a deeper level. We're going to be having candid conversations in regards to my personal experiences, things that I've learned in my past, things that I'm currently learning. It's going to be more so tailored towards techniques, especially in regards to mental health. I know this podcast here is mostly general, and we talk about like motivation, and it's still really juicy, but the subscription service here is it's going to be incredible. And I just recorded the first episode, so I'm going to link it in the bio here in this episode, and I'm going to link it continuously to let you guys know to go ahead and subscribe, because it's great. We're gonna have so much fun on this platform. You guys can send me voice messages as well. I'm opening that up. I will be checking them, and we're gonna have conversations. I'm gonna be heeding to some of your requests that you make in regards to the podcast topics. It's gonna be real. We're gonna get to the nitty gritty. I'm gonna be sharing some unpopular opinions, right? Talking about cancel culture and how we talk about certain things, and then look, it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be really good, and you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. It's available now. It's going up, and I just can't wait. I cannot wait. So it's gonna be nice. You guys are gonna get somewhat of a different side of me, I guess you could say, a better side essentially. But it's good. This podcast is good as well. So make sure you guys definitely hit that link below to subscribe to the new subscription service. It is $30 a month, and it's ad free, and the content is going to be super awesome. I look forward to recording that, and it's going to be great. It's ad free content. Can't really complain there, right? So yeah, you guys, at the end of the day, let me just say this. When it comes to comparisons, you put yourself at such a disadvantage, and it's not fair to you. And I think anytime you sit in the space of comparison, you'll never move. You'll never get, you know what I mean? Because you're too busy being in somebody else's lane. You're too busy looking to the left and the right. And one of the things I can definitely tell you, even from my own life, because I was in this situation, everything on the outside looked so good. It was did up, honey. It was invested in did up. You know what I mean? Like my girl, Bia. It was invested and it was did up. But on the inside, behind closed doors, oh, honey, it was turbulence. It was a mess. It was very much chaotic. And so I know from my own experience what it's actually like to be in a situation where on the outside it looks good, but on the inside is nothing like that. So that's why I can even speak from this for myself when I say, please do not covet or envy anybody, because you do not know what is going on behind closed doors. And I can assure you that life is nothing. It's a beautiful canvas, right? It's a beautiful canvas, but there are a lot of pictures on that canvas, and some of those pictures aren't so pretty. You know what I mean? So don't be in a space where you're willing to just compare yourself to other people, because you just never know. I look at certain people and I'm like, man, this is so dope what they're doing. But, it's not to be in a space of bitterness, right? It's not to be in a space of frustration, but it is to take understanding and to understand that this particular person, their parent is a celebrity, right? Or their like, you know what I mean? So it's like you can't really envy or feel like you need to compare yourself to people who had different hands than you. And, this is something I'm going to be talking about on the subscription service, Black people in the hands that we've been dealt and the things that we've had to deal with. Now, I understand, too, because I know that when it comes to racism, when we talk about blackness, in general, it's always seen in a light that's aggressive. It's always seen in a light that, oh man, we don't want to talk about this. This is depressing. I'm actually going to be sharing my personal truths in regards to enlightenment. So it's going to be a conversation that is definitely going to voice our truth, our pain, but it's not going to be in a way that is just, completely debilitating to your self-esteem. You just see what I mean? Like, it's going to be in a way that's enlightening. It's going to be in a way that's encouraging, because I really do believe in taking the things that we have been dealt with and actually turning it into something beautiful, right? I'm an artist. That's what I do. So listen, don't compare yourself to other people, because you just never know. And I can assure you that it's not as pretty as it looks. But one of the things I will say too, and I gotta wrap this up because I'm kind of all over the place. And I don't want to go too far, because we got days ahead, right? We can make more podcasts. I get carried away sometimes. But listen, there's nothing God can't do. And I know a lot of people are in this space, and it's like we really don't know what to do in regards to like our religious beliefs. We don't know whether to heed to this system or to this system, because this one feels a little too constraining, and this one seems a little judgmental, and this one seems a little bit hypocritical. So I'm gonna leave that there, and I understand why a lot of people are in that space, because it's a lot, right? It's a lot going on, right? But listen, there's nothing God can't do, and I can assure that I can really share that with a lot of people, because for my own life and my own experiences, just kind of being in a space where, you know, a lot of things I didn't think that was possible for me, and I think that I'm living the dream now, and it's still coming true to this day. It's still coming to fruition, but just the little bright spots that, you know what I mean, have shown up in my life. There's nothing God can't do, you know? So understanding that as well, you know, and you got to have faith, you know, you definitely gonna have to have some faith on your journey, right? Because it's a long road, and it's one that you're going to be taken by yourself, right? At least in the beginning anyway. And don't get discouraged, you know. If you are in a space of discouragement, don't get discouraged. It's going to be okay, you know. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. And like I said, please make sure that you guys check out the subscription service, because this is going to be so good. And, you know, if you've been enjoying this podcast so far, we're at like 100 and something episodes. You know, I'll still be creating content on here, but if you've enjoyed it this far, you're really going to benefit from the subscription service. So I hope to see you guys on the other side, and I hope everybody has an amazing day.